Bada boom, 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 bow. All right, welcome to round two of season 11 of the Coleslaw Cup Championship. I'm your host and commentator, Say, uh, champion of season 7 or 6, one of those. I forget. I really wish I remembered when I won my first. It was season 6. There you go. No, it wasn't. It was season 5. Yes, season 5. Boom. We're here late into qualifying. It is pouring here at the circuit Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, I believe it is. As 14 drivers out there tonight. A few drivers had to drop out, but it is race day leading the way here in qualifying with 4 minutes to go. As a 129.5 is the provisional pole time here in this wet Mexico qualifying as race day with a big snap heading on into the pit lane. Sitting in P2. We're going to tally on the results from last week at COTA. It was Scott Palmer currently leading the championship by 4 points. Palmer decides to cut the track and some barriers. Callie Robb in P2 in the championship. He is here in P10 so far, sitting there. Sharia Coleslaw currently in 3rd in the drivers. Lanzi finished 3rd on track at COTA last week, but it was a penalty given to the Dutchman. 10 seconds and 3 license points with that crash with the Ferrari of Corey on the penultimate lap of the American GP. As Mercedes leads the way, only by 2 points. Aston Martin, Ferrari, your top 3 in the team's constructors, the constructors championship. 2 minutes 40 to go. As Corey struggling to get a lap in so far. Mackenzie invalidated the Mercedes in AGZ 6, letting traffic through. Ayuva in the Alpine on his outlet. Got Palmer in the pit lane. Race day, currently on provisional pole. That's Frenchie navigating the heavy traffic down in this, down at the bottom of the track. He's got track, not even laser scan track. Frenchie navigates it without invalidating. Mexico, one of those tracks that is so easy to get track limits. An unforgiving circuit here. Very strict track limits. 3 DRS zones here in this circuit here in Mexico. 18 corners. 8 to the left and 10 to the right. I just made that shit up, I can't lie. As all drivers will be heading under final flyer here. As Mercedes retires in the pits. He's had enough of this qualifying session. No more runs for the Mercedes. The best he's hoping for is a P4 on that grid for the race. And race day line so far down to 2 straights. He's up by 2/10. Popular overtaking zones consist of the turn one, down into turn 4, as well as another popular overtaking zone. And that's about it. And race day way wide on his flyer, keeps it valid. They're losing a lot of time in that mistake. Race day now going to try to push it onwards, starting all over the circuit, where he keeps the lap valid. How much has he lost? He's down, but only by a bit. Still got 1 second to go. This stadium section, one of the most famous sections of here at the Autodromo in Reynolds Rodriguez. Race day, qualifying is over. All the drivers banking in their laps. Aston Martin crosses the line, no good. Ayuska up to provisional pole. Can race day match that lap? No, he cannot. It's a 4/10 improvement, but it's not enough for race day. Alpine snatches provisional pole. 2 Ferraris coming across the line. Everyone on the Inter tires. It's going to be Corey, who was robbed of a finish last weekend. Can he get it up on the pole? No, he cannot. It's P3 for the Ferrari driver. His teammate behind, Sharia Coleslaw, 3rd in the championship. He goes up to 9th. Taylor McKenzie from behind. It's a P2 slot for the Kick Sauber. Red Bull crossing the line. It's Cali Rob up to 7th. And Gunner and Element into the pit lane. They can't improve. And Brett will not improve either. As Lanzi, P13, Chuck Blazin 14th. Frenchie, Brett drives fast. Sharia Coleslaw, Element, Gunner, Hallie Rob, MG, Z, Got Palmer, Corey Race Day, Taylor McKenzie, and Ayusko, your pole position winner here at the wet qualifying here in Mexico. What do you call it? Element, maybe? Yep. And there's your qualifying results. Ayuska got Palmer and McKenzie, your top 3. Oh, Palmer improved, I guess. I don't even... No, McKenzie was already there. Never mind. I'm tweaking. Less than a tenth, separated 1 and 2. As McKenzie, Race Day, Corey, MG, Z, Cali Rob, Gunner, Element, and Sharia, your top 10 here. Your 14 drivers. There's your incidents. A lot of corner cutting and track limit violations as we're getting ready to go green here in Mexico. 30-something laps. Tremendous amount. I'm going to go get a drink, actually. Excuse me. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's not raining that much. It looks dry more than rain or wet or inters or anything. All right, give me a second. All right, drink acquired. It's a Dr. Pepper strawberry and cream drink. It's phenomenal, phenomenal drink. As we're ready to go, or we're almost ready to go racing. It's not gonna take long now. As the lights turning on here in Mexico, 5 red lights, and we are underway here at the Circuit Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. It's a great start for Palmer. He's already got the jump. It's going to be a long run into turn 1, though. All drivers fighting for position in the inside line. Here comes McKenzie splitting the middle as McKenzie into the lead. Alpine broke his wing. Red Bull down the inside, way off the track. As Corey jumps into P2, race day has no wing. McKenzie retains the lead from Pete with 3. As Corey jumps up 3, race day up 1, but with a broken wing. Palmer with a disastrous start to start the race. Even worse for the Alpine with a broken wing to boot. As all drivers shuffling around. A great start from the Dutchman. As all drivers slowly navigating this semi-wet, semi-dry track. As drivers will be soon to take the gamble on that slick tire. As every driver being cautious so far. As the Alpine way off the road there. Heading into the S section for the first time here in lap 1. As it's a great start from the Kick Sauber, as he's taking almost a 2-second lead to Corey, but Corey will not be letting that go. He was close to a race win last weekend, but robbed due to a crash and a big slide there by Palmer. Never mind, recovered. As race day putting a tremendous amount of pressure on Corey here at the end of lap 1. Race day had that wing damage. He's going to keep on going. Ayuska as well, so not too much damage to concern themselves going forward so far for this first stint. Drivers know that it's probably going to dry up very shortly, as there's a move for second place. Race day down the inside, he's way off, but he gets the move done. Palmer looking on, so is Ayuska, the pole sitter, with a disastrous start again. Is the gap between 1 and 2. 2 seconds now. All drivers trying to get into that rhythm here. As gaps, big gap starting to form. Corey off the track there. That is most likely a penalty, but penalty will be given to Palmer. 3 seconds already accumulated for the Mercedes driver. It's only been 2 laps here, and it's a long race to go here. 36 here around the Hermanos Rodriguez circuit. That's McKenzie race day sharing the fastest lap there. No DRS zone just yet. There is 3 zones on this circuit. The rain still hitting hard. Element down the inside, going against the big sister team, the Red Bull Cali Rob Element, and Element backs off of it. Cali Rob keeping that P6 for now. Lindsay watches on, coming from the back of the pack. The Aston Martin driver has a move down the inside. Sharia Coleslaw back up to P10 on Gunner. Gunner trying to get the switchback, but no traction for the Alpine. Sharia back to the position he started in. So far, a golden ticket being given to the Kick Sauber here. Wing damage to the two quickest guys here, but Corey still with his wing. He wasn't the most dominant in qualifying so far, and race day a way wide line as well. That could be another track limit warning. They're not being warnings. They could definitely be reported after the race. We want to see drivers abusing the track limits by just lifting off the gas just a bit to not get that penalty, as the Alpine's going to be the first to duck into the pits. Ayuska can't bear any longer with the wing damage. Rain's still hitting, but it's going to be the slick tire for the Alpine driver. A new wing and a yellow ring rubber waiting for the number 24 Alpine as he's off into the track. Let's see, we're going to keep an eye on him as he slots down to the very back of the pack. Turns the mech as we're behind him, as here comes Element on the Red Bull again. Element hits the back of him. Bump and run? No. Stays behind. Landy looking on here. Looking for a switch back here. Here comes Landy on the inside of the V-carb. Is he going to send it? No, he won't, but he's going to get Element to notice him on the right side wing, but he can't do anything with it. Landy, the Dutchman, looks on at these two V-carbs, or one Red Bull, one V-carb. Losing a tremendous amount of time to P4 here. Looking at that gap between 14th and 13th. It's the Alpine. Also a lot of time in that pits with that tire wing change. Race day gaining big on the Kick Sauber. Kick Sauber struggling here. Drifting the car through the final turn 18 corner. Entering the lap 5. Drivers still without the DRS on. It's going to be another driver heading to the pits. It's going to be Rob, and it's going to be the hard compound tire. So interesting decision there by the Red Bull driver. No wing change, just the white wing tire for the Red Bull as he's going to make his way out onto the pit lane. It's still slightly raining as Landy looking for a move, and he does find a move. I think he was battling with Element actually, and there's a yellow flag. I believe it was Rob. He might have had a spin in the heading out the pit lane. So I used to close in very much with that. Everything kicking off here, lap 5. Our closest battle here is between the Mercedes and Aston Martin and V-carb. Very challenging conditions here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. It's not fully wet, but it's not fully dry. And an error by Scott Palmer, it looks like, spinning the wheels, the rear tires, as he might have had an error, losing some time to Corey. Corey might have gone through. I honestly forgot already. But race day, within a second now, the Kick Sauber. Kick Sauber's had a relatively clean race so far, but now he's going to have his first challenger. It's going to be the Red Bull race day, and a move being done by Gunner because Sharia will be heading into the pits. The Ferrari man wants a new tire. It's going to be the medium rubber for car 69 of the Ferrari pit garage. A clean stop there for Ferrari as Rob and the Alpine going at it here in the back. As Sharia exiting pits, and it's going to be dead last for Sharia Coleslaw as the two slick runners have gained a slight amount on him as Sharia coming to the pit stop to the pits at a pretty decent time, not losing too much time to the dry runners. As we're going to look at the tires now. 3 have called it in for slicks. The rest still running that intermediate tire. It's going to be a close battle here for the lead now. Race day is completely closed up on the Kick Sauber. Heading to the stadium section of turn 15, 16, 17, and 18. That's race day all over that green liveried Sauber. Corey not far behind either. They're not pitting just yet. Palmer's still the only recipient of a penalty from track limits. The race carrying over to lap 7 now, and there's another penalty. It's the Alpine, the pole sitter, 3 seconds worth. It's not looking too hot for him. He's already had a rough first lap, and now a penalty to slap on the wrist as DRS has been enabled here, lap 7, and that is great news for the ones in DRS zones, or DRS range, I should say, race day being one of them. This will hopefully help mount his challenge to the race lead of Taylor Mackenzie. Mackenzie all over the road there, and it's got Palmer with another 3-second time penalty. He's having a horrid time with these conditions. Corey and race day now completely under control here, and Mackenzie now fighting for his dear life with this car. And here comes race day with the help of DRS. He's going to bump Mackenzie to the side and take the lead of the race here, heading into the stadium. Mackenzie all over that rear wing, but he cannot mount a challenge anymore, as race day taking advantage of the Mackenzie errors, as race day now actually has to defend now, heading into the front, back-to-back DRS zones. But race day comes into pit, so does Mackenzie, so does Corey. Corey also flips the inside barrier. That could be looked at the steward. So will Palmer, everyone cutting the track element on as well, and Lanzi will stay out. Here comes MG, and that could definitely be reviewed after the race. Everyone cutting this track line as well. A tremendous amount of people cutting that line, and everyone's heading into the slick tires, and a cut by race day and a mistake on pit exit. Can Mackenzie capitalize on the medium tire? Yes, he will, as Mackenzie back into the lead of the race on the tire strategy. A bad call by all those runners who came in early, barely gaining any positions, in fact losing positions, as there's a battle all the way back here in P8 I should say. 4-man cluster here. There's also a cluster going on up front. The two hatch drivers not deciding to pit from the inter tire will now have trouble going against Mackenzie and race day. Bit of traffic here. Interesting decision there by the 3 drivers who decided to stay out, and 2 of them being hatch drivers. One of them's got a pit, and it's going to look like a double stack for the two hatch drivers. This could end poorly here, as Mackenzie was the only one of those runners to opt for the... Oh my goodness, a horrendous mistake by Mackenzie, and there goes his front wing. Race day trying to capitalize, but he is also might have damaged his front wing. Karn is kicking off here the stadium section. All the fans getting their money's worth, as Mackenzie with a completely broken wing misses the pit lane, as Brett drives fast into the pit lane here. So does Lanzi on the medium tire, and here comes Corey trying to capitalize on these mistakes. Chuck Blazin moves to the side as Taylor Mackenzie covers the inside and back to the racing line. Disastrous kicking off here. Corey now with a chance to mount for the lead. He's got the car to do it. He's kept his nose relatively clean. Corey using that ERS, using that DRS, and down the inside. No, he won't. He's going to be patient and wait for the S section. He knows Mackenzie has no front wing. Chuck Blazin still out on the inter tire as well, as Lanzi with a great, not losing too much time on that pit lane, staying very late out on track. But settling into P6, as the drivers all the way back here scrapping for positions here, scrapping for crumbs of these points. As everything kicking off again, as we'll go back with Corey mounting for that lead, as Chuck Blazin gets overtaken by Scott Palmer. Scott Palmer has that 6 seconds worth of penalties. Corey right up the rear wing of that Sauber. Will Mackenzie head to the pits? He doesn't opt to. He's going to continue staying forward, and a big mistake by Corey. He's been overtaken by race day out of turn 18, and here comes Scott Palmer using whatever battery he has left, and no straight line speed, as Corey will just blast on by as Chuck Blazin finally heads into the pit. And look at this train of cars down the front stretch. It's all the drivers have settled in here nicely. Mackenzie will do his best to hang on as the track starting to dry up and starting to warm up as well. The medium runners the advantage here with this cold track. Fresh from the rain. Lanzi looking like the quickest driver out there. He's gone up a tremendous amount of positions here. Look at the penalties so far. Got Palmer with 9 already. Still only 10 laps of the race. Big train forming here for the first spot. Corey with the fastest lap of the race, 121.3 so far. But now Lanzi with a 127. Lanzi 3 seconds behind these top 4. And here comes Race Day around the outside into the lead of the race as the Red Bull blast on through. As the Sharia Coleslaw making a move down the inside into turn 1 on the Alpine. Job done. Brilliant move by the Ferrari. He'll be hunting down Element and the V-Carb. We're going to have that back-to-back DRS on as well. And again, Kenzie still in the rear bumper of that Red Bull. We're going to watch on board the eyes of Palmer. Palmer looking strong, but Corey gets a 3-second time penalty with a slight cut in the S section. The S section is such a tricky spot. Here comes Corey with the ERS and ERS. Can he make a move? He's going to stick right his front wing right behind Mackenzie, where he can't do anything heading to the stadium. Mackenzie dropping out of DRS zone. Mackenzie really struggling without that front wing. Here comes Corey. Corey will look down the inside. He's going to have DRS. Race Day with the fastest lap of the race. As here comes the Ferrari with DRS. No DRS for Mackenzie. He's going to be in trouble by Palmer. Palmer does not have the straight line speed, though. He's going to have to send it. No, he won't. He's going to be patient, smart there by the Mercedes. Way too far back for a good move. That's all the drivers scrapping it about here. Lap 12 here in Mexico. We got Palmer really wants to get past this Sauber, but not getting a look. As Mackenzie way off the road. Palmer trying to create something here. Trying to get into his bag like he shaved good with Alexander. Palmer weaving for a move, trying to force an error from the pit Sauber. He's just losing time behind them. As the Ferrari and Red Bull trying to drive away. Palmer's still stuck behind. He's going to have to go for it with DRS and ERS. There goes the Mercedes blasting on through into the inside. Mackenzie, nothing he can do. As the wing damage has costing him dearly so far. From leading the race to an absolute disaster out the outlap. Now Palmer's got a tall task in front of him to try to catch up. Lanzi as well gaining on that medium rubber. There's a big train forming all the way back here as Ayahuasca into the pit lane on that medium tire. 9 laps done. He's not going to call it quits. He's going to go switch tires. It's the hard compound tire now for the Alpine here on lap 13, and back to the pack he goes. So it'll be interesting how he deals with this one. I believe he had wing damage as well. He might have actually, I don't know. Now it's a battle between Ferrari and Red Bull. Corey versus Race Day. Race Day's look quick. So has Corey, though. Corey has a 3-second time penalty as well. Palmer trailing behind with 9 seconds. And Lanzi gaining on Mackenzie for 4th. As the race slowed down so far. No safety cars just yet. Pretty tricky track to crash out of. Chuck Blaze on a 3-second time penalty. He's currently sitting in P14, way behind the Alpine in P13. Scott Palmer with the fastest lap of the race, 1:19.1, near lap 14 of 36. Scott Palmer with quite literally no battery. As Corey looking for a move on race day with the help of DRS. Corey not using that ERS, but he's going to try to go for it. No, he's going to stick behind that Red Bull. Lenz gone past McKenzie. Now 3 seconds behind Palmer. Looking for a podium spot here from way back in the pack. Corey into the lead of the race. Also, I was on my phone. I was doom scrolling. Here comes Palmer though. McKenzie now fighting against Element, but heading back into the battle. Frenchie's gone into the pit lane. Trying to get off that medium tire. It looks like it's going to be a set of hards waiting for V-Carb. Off he goes. Race day. I wish I had noticed what happened, but I missed it. But he's a second behind now, Corey. I should probably put in a drink before my ice cubes melt. Ice cube. Ice cube, baby. Element has got him past McKenzie before the stadium section, and another collision there from McKenzie into the back of the V-Carb, going around the outside. This could be a wild move and off the track, and that won't work. McKenzie nowhere to go. Now racing, trying to close up on that Ferrari. That Ferrari has no more battery. He's trying to recharge that battery. Just go with the fastest lap of the race, down in P12. Damn, this shit hit though. Excuse me. Got Palmer with 3 second time penalty. He's got 12 now. The line doesn't concern itself with track limits, I guess. So, McKenzie with 3 second time penalty. That's his first of the race. As that wing damage costing him very, very much. Looking on to things, though, Palmer will still be retaining his championship lead if all results stay the same. Race day will get on the board. Corey will get on the board as well. As Palmer looking on as race day putting threat on Corey. Cali Raw down the inside of McKenzie. McKenzie's just slowly falling down the order. Mercedes MGZ closing up on McKenzie, and there he goes. Out to P7. Gunnar Andrew with 3-second time penalty. Brett drives fast with 3-second time penalty. And more pits coming in. McKenzie and Sharia Coleslaw heading into the pit lane. Trying to get off that medium tire. It's going to be the hard tire toward the end of the race, hoping that that lasts. McKenzie with a new front wing as well. Hard tires going on. And Brett drives fast also into the pits with the Haas. No front wing, just the hard tires, and there he goes. Race will slow down though. Race day still hunting on. Corey with that penalty. Race day so far is the only one in the top 3 with running without a penalty so far. As the extend track limits. Here comes race day though. He's got DRS, he's got ERS, a long line to the turn 1. He's gonna look to the outside. The Red Bull will back out of it. Lands into the pit lane, getting off that medium tire. He's gonna go onto the hard and look for a late challenge here. And here comes race day down the inside, but he backs out of it again. Not looking for a move here. Race day finally gets the 3-second time penalty in the middle. Now, it's anyone's game except Palmer. He's got 12 seconds. So the Coleslaw will move down the inside on Chuck Blazing. Chuck Blazing up to P10, back to where he was for Coleslaw. McKenzie going against Chuck Blazing. McKenzie goes through. I used to another 3-second time penalty. Very Coleslaw going head to toe. And like McKenzie here for P10. Huge battle, I guess. I don't know. Race day is just edging us apparently for this lead. There goes race day into the lead of the race, getting past Corey. As now, race lead, race day. Elite racing right now. I'm just enjoying this Dr. Pepper. What in the fuck? Elite strategy by race day. Let Corey right back through. The Lion doesn't want the race lead. He isn't concerned himself with trying to win, I guess. I don't know. It is pretty difficult to win in this race. The DRS zones definitely just kill everything. Race day with another blatant off track. It's a battle for the top three, separated by only penalties. As here comes Palmer. Palmer saving up that battery so he could just not go anywhere. He's slower than a snail compared to these two. Here comes Race Day and Corey. Corey trying to keep this lead once again. Race Day down the inside, late on the brakes. And he's way off. And oh my, a rare mistake by Corey. And he resets the track. That's illegal, and that will be a disqualification. You can't do that, mate. It's in rule number 5 of the rule book, mate. I don't know. I made that shit up, though. But I know for a fact we cannot reset the track. I'm going to look it up in the rule book right now because I got nothing else better to do than... Watch. Watch it be rule 5, and I will be correct. It was not. It was not rule 5. Which one was it? Don't worry, guys. We still have that battle between Scott Palmer and Race Day. Oh. Reset the track function is forbidden. It was rule number 10. He'll be given a qualifying ban. Corey, come on, man. Read the rule book, man. This is standardized code before you join any racing league. Lindsay's slowly making up ground, but I don't know if he'll make ground enough. Nah, we got 12 laps to go. We'll be alright. We'll see how that goes, but this race has completely slowed down. Big gaps between everybody, but we'll go on board with the closest battle on track so far. It's between these three right here. It's Sharia Coleslaw, Gunner, and Taylor McKenzie going at it for P9 and P10, respectively. Gunner with a horrendous exit. He's going to be out of the DRS zone. McKenzie and Sharia will continue going at it here for this P9 spot. Huge points at stake here, I guess. I don't know. How did God Palmer get in front of Race Day? Why does he keep doing this? God Palmer has no straight line speed, apparently. Why does Race Day do this? I don't think it would be disqualified, I don't think. Oh, Callie Robinson, it's 119. It's medium tires for Red Bull. McKenzie, a 3-second time penalty. Gunner into the bits. You can see a lot of reports this race, actually. I don't know if we will, but we can. All right, we're going to go back to this battle here. NBA games that are on right now. The Grizzlies lead the Pelicans by 6 points, 4 points, with 30 seconds to go. Bulls lead the Pistons by 3 heading with 13 seconds to go. The Bucks have won over the Washington Wizards by 13 points. The Jazz are beating the fucking brakes out of the Los Angeles Clippers right now. They're up by like 30. At least. Mavericks and Spurs, a 1-point game in the second quarter, 6 minutes to go. There's racing going on, elite racing. MGK has boxed for fresh softs. Chuck Blaze in the pits for fresh mediums. As these two are still battling it out for P7 here. Callie Rouse, Sharia, and Mackenzie. The Blazers and Timberwolves are fighting. It's only the first quarter, though. The Kings and the Suns are also playing at the end of the first. Boom. Meanwhile, the teams that already won, the Knicks beat the Cavaliers by 8 in their opening game at Madison Square Garden. The Magic beat the Heat by 4 in the Florida rivalry as Element heads up to P2. Race day out of the pit lane. Corey into the pit lane as well. Final stops being made here for all the front runners. Lanzi up to P5. He's going to try to make it to the end on those hard tires. Yuska here in P4 now. He's somehow clawed this around. Excuse me. The Hornets have beat the Nets for the Tankathon series. 117-136. And the Raptors beat the Hawks 138-118, a 20-point lead, or 20-point win. As the Sixers beat the Celtics. VJ Edgecombe goes off for like 2 points at least. And that's all the games so far. Clippers losing is so funny. I like the Clippers. Josh Giddey is at the line for the Bulls to ice the game against the Pistons. Anywho, we should get back to racing. Corey's gone past Lanzi now. These two drivers already had a collision in the first race. Will he do it again? The Dutchman still trying to fight on, but can't do much over the fresh rubber of Corey's mediums. All the different strategies trying to play out here, but Who knows what happens? Ayuska has a 10-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane. That sucks. There goes your race, mate. Fresh meetings going on for the Alpine. I wish I had more to talk about, but I don't know. When's the World Series? I'm intrigued by the Blue Jays. What in the world? Elite corner cut by race day. Bulls win. Go Chicago. Shout out Josh Giddey, I guess. Oops, I put MBL instead of MLB. They play Friday. Shout out the Blue Jays, though, for making it interesting. Fuck Seattle, because it's funny. I don't know, man. Maybe you should have approved the Supersonics to stay in your city. Go Thunder. Yeah. Real good, real good. Mercedes is off. It's the Mercedes. He's had it off, and he's retired on track. This absolute bum. He's broke his wing. This guy, absolute fraud. You couldn't. Wow, what a guy. 3-second penalty for Palmer again. I'm intrigued by this penalty battle. That's the kind of only reason he's not winning, that's for sure. No, he's got it. He's got a bit of time. He kind of needs, like, a miracle, actually. He needs race day to keep, like, messing up, like, on those stupid things. Yeah, it's not looking very positive here, but he could squeak out a podium maybe if he's lucky. Oh my God! Never mind. I thought race day had a horrendous exit, but no, he's just lag. Yeah. This is a brilliant race, mate. Guess I'll go on my phone for a bit. Let's see what can we talk about here. What's the closest battle here? What's the most intriguing battle that could form in the next couple of laps? Who deserves screen time? Frenchie doesn't have a penalty. Shout out Frenchie. Shout out Lanzi and Cali Rob as well, and Element for not having penalties. I guess we're going to go on board with Corey. He's hunting down Element for P3 here. A legend race is coming soon? Hell yeah, brother. Taylor McKenzie into the pit lane. Hitting from P9. McKenzie onto the soft tire. He's going to give his position up for the two Hasses and the Alpine of Gunner. Someone's got to play Uma Musume with me, bro. I swear, bro. I feel like such an odd man out playing this by myself. But this game peaked, though. Any more? I got to train more Umas. Uma. Yellow flag. It's Brett drives fast. He's facing the wall. He's trying to get a good look at that Lanervo sponsor here in the Mexico GP. And he recovers it. It's race day. It's going to be real interesting for this result. Race day pushing as hard as he can to try to keep this position, but here Corey coming from way back here got a penalty. All these penalties are going to be a crucial part in this race. If Palmer only picked up a few penalties less, he could have been in chance for a win, but he picked up like 18 worth. Yep, wasn't even exaggerating. That's outrageous out here. Yellow flags being waved. It's McKenzie with 3-second time penalty for the Haas, who's gone off again. I think a huge gap between Chuck Blazey and Ayuska. Corey hunting down Element on aging hard tires here. This is Gen Z versus the people who witnessed World War II Haas tire battle. Brett drives fast, gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. There's a battle between going Sharia Coleslaw and Ayuska for P7. Brett drives fast, gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's also retired in the pit lane. Corey's had a spin. Is he going to reset the track? Yes, he is. You can't be doing that, mate. I don't know why this is the second time he's done it. I'd already told him if he's watching the stream, yo, I told you can't be doing that nonsense. The second time, it's got to be a disqualification at this point. He's asking for it, man. Like, I mean, I defended Corey kind of in that first incident. I used to get past Sharia Coleslaw. The Ferrari's having a disaster here in this lap 33 here. So our one battle is completely out the window. Smoking out the window. I was like, how can she do this to me? So it's a battle between Palmer and Race Day, even though there's 13 seconds between the two of them. McKenzie's retired. He's got better. No way. No way he's done that. I despise everybody. McKenzie deserves jail. I can't believe he's done this. What a horrendous way. Man, that's so lame. No, it isn't. I'm intrigued by the prospect of having a green-white checkered, but I also hate the fact that there shouldn't be a green-white checkered. Element. Oh, I thought Element was staying. Element should be coming in. Most of these drivers should be coming in for fresh rubber. This has completely ruined Palmer's game plan of, like, literally praying that his race would come down to just having a big gap at the end of the race. Well, that sucks. Element, I thought he got to jump in the pit lane. Corey's gonna stay out. Corey gambling on the 2-lap-old, 7-lap-old medium. This could pay off very, very badly. This could be a complete disaster. Sharia Coleslaw also going for it. He's gonna stay out on the hard tires. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Yeah, this could go really, really well, really, really bad. McKenzie, you're on fraud watch, mate. I know you led the race for like a solid 5 laps, but you can't be doing that, mate. That's just unsportsmanlike conduct, probably. Come on, man. That's lame as hell, man. I don't know what happened, but that's some bullshit. That's completely outrageous. Got robbed of this race. Bro, that's not an excuse to put it in the wall, mate. You've just completely ruined everybody else's race. Oh my god. Oh, safety car here, lap 33, I believe, of 34. Safety car will be in this lap. Any driver who did pit are now stranded. Corey, I hope he gets disqualified for doing all that bullshit too. As we're going to go green here. Green-white checkered finish as we're underway here for lap 35. And Palmer completely being eaten up here because he has no straight line speed. As Element, Palmer, and Race Day and Corey. Corey's going to do his best to hang on. Here comes Race Day down the inside into turn 1. Move done. Race Day into the lead of the race. And Corey trying to get a good exit. Here comes Element. Element into P2. Can he stay in P2? Little collision there. Corey, that could have been on Corey. Element trying to hang it around the outside. Can he get it done? Corey still trying to hang on. Off the track, off track limits. And it's Element's position up to P2 for the V-Carb. Corey could have boxed without any consequences, but he decided to stay out on gamble on the mediums. Here comes Palmer. Palmer's race has completely been ruined. He's got 18 seconds worth, but Element has to stay within this 3 seconds, or how much is it? It's 3 seconds the gap between Element and Race Day. 3 seconds is all he needs. Can he get 3 seconds to stay? Stay with me. Lanzi also trying to hunt down Palmer here. Palmer is completely out of this race. He's given up. He's gonna just cruise to the finish here. He's got nothing to gain here. as a championship leader with a tremendous amount of penalties. He's going flat out, and he's still being gained by Sharia Coleslaw. Element needs everything he could get. The drive, the lap of his life he needs here. Sharia Coleslaw up to P5. Can he get it done? Race day could probably be reported for a track limit violation as well. He didn't get as much as he should have. As Element, again, needs the lap of his life. Lanzi up to P3 against his rival, Corey. I wouldn't call it a rivalry. And a little bump by the Ferrari, but he can't do anything about it. As Lanzi, from all the way back, from the back of the grid, he's climbed up to P3. Element is 2/10 behind, and he's losing time rapidly. It's only 3 seconds, and it's 3 seconds now. A little snap. It's all going to come down to the stadium section. Who can get it right? Who can get it wrong? Element. Race day with a little error. It's only 3/10 now. Race day. Has he fumbled the win? Element. Oh my goodness. No way he just did that. Oh, it's lag. Thank God. Race day crosses the line for P1, but Element, has he done it within 3 seconds? Yes, he is. It's going to be an Element win here in Mexico. Race day, Lanzi, your top 3. Corey, I don't know what's going to happen to him. Sharia Coleslaw into P5. Phenomenal finish. Palmer 15 seconds behind, and he's going to drop down to Cali Robin P6. The two Alpines coming across the line here. Corey's left the session. Absolute rage quit. Absolute buffoonery here happening here in the Hermanos Rodriguez. Ayuska breaks his wing again for the 5th time this race weekend, or this race. Gunner will be crossing the line in P9. Chuck Blazin and Frenchie, and there will be talks between Taylor McKenzie as well, and all those incidents that happen off track. Lanzi with a great drive. My driver today, though, will have to go to Element. How many positions did he get? 8 to 10. Lanzi with a great drive as well. Phenomenal drives all around, and some absolute nightmare ones from all the pole sitters, really, the ones that started up front. But a surprising win for the V-Carb, taking his first win of the season. A phenomenal drive from Element. The lap of his life was delivered. Congratulations to Element, a well-deserved victory, keeping the car on track. And there's your race winner, fastest lap driver today, most overtakes, and cleanest driver. Element with 2 awards, Lanzi with 2 awards, and Ayuso with fastest lap of the race. Your top 10 scoring positions: Element, Race Day, Lanzi, Corey, Sharia Coleslaw, Kelly Rob, Palmer, Ayuska, Gunnar Adrian, Chuck Blazing. Your top 10, Frenchie. Your other finisher is McKenzie or Brett and MGZ, all retired from the race. As Element private driver today, Lanzi will runner up. What a race. But there will be reports for that stewards after the race for sure. Bunch of incidents that happened. Copyright. Thank you so much for watching. No, turn off the music. It's been fun. It's been real fun. We're